make rent, and so there were just happenings, and people walked in and they performed, and it was totally by chance, and it was there, and then it was gone, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, flash in the pan, but
it was pretty cool.
But that's not a good way to say it.
Flash in the pan. That's a band name.
But
right there.
that's a bad name.
That's a band name right there.
Yeah. But there are other events coming up, so it's. But I just wanted to highlight that one because it just struck me as being so much of what we're about. That's all. Mm-hmm. And let me ask you about this one. Do you know about this tonight? No, Lord. Savannah Signals, Community Indicator Forum, and Data Mural Art Night, hosted by Starlandia Supply. You might know about that, right?
Just a little bit.
Now let me read you a little bit of what I've got. It's from 6 to 9, and Open Savannah partnering with Starlandia Supply to display Chatham community. Thank you very much. Community data in a set of analog data mural infographics painted by hand on actual tarp.
Yeah.
Code for America's founder, Jennifer Polka, will discuss similar neighborhood indicators efforts underway in other cities. Catering will be available for all attendees. Oh, that's a new one? Free? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. I shouldn't say that. It's open to the public. No special tech skills needed. And as always, all are welcome.
She's someone I keep.
Oh, you know what?
Research.
They wanted a meetup. They wanted you to RSVP before this. So, but this is happening, and I was curious about this because Open Savannah. Are you familiar with them?
I love Open Savannah.
Right.
I really do. Yeah.
And of course, with Starlandia Supply, who we all love. This is another example of getting together and doing special events that help everybody out.
And cross-genre, mixing the science with the art. Once upon a time, science and art were considered the same thing, so...
I agree.
Yeah.
That's where shamans, the old medical shamans, and it wasn't just medical. They were the healers in different forms of their communities. And it sort of split into the arts, and the medicine went off, and they became specialized shamans instead of just being the overall.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, again, it's just a matter of not specializing so much in this age of specialization.
Yeah. Hashtag college life.
Thank you. And that's one reason I don't know. I've just picked up things as I went along, so I have no idea. Well, while we're at it then, since we're talking about Frederica, and let's go back to some important dates. I have some artist birth dates I just wanted to get out of the way here because they were interesting to say, and I was going to challenge you to try to pronounce them.
Ooh, okay. Okay. All right.
And I did have that right here. Oh, here we are. Of course, this was the month also, the great moments of art history that I always liked was one of my favorites here was the Museum of Modern Art when they hung Henri Matisse's La Bateau upside down and wasn't corrected. They didn't hang it right side up for 2 months. This was at the Museum of Modern Art. So we all have a little leeway. If they can get away with it, everybody makes mistakes. Some of the birthdays coming up is Jean Liotard, who is a Swiss painter.
It's a good name.
I love that name. If I ever have an alias, I think that will be my new one. Pierre Bressard, French artist. Otto Soglo.
Ooh.
Everybody knows Otto Soglo, right?
Do we?
American comics artist. He was worth looking up, believe me.
Okay.
And the last one here, right here. See if you can pronounce it.
Where are we? Abraham C. Blume.
Good enough.
Good enough.
I said Blumart, but that's me.
Well,
We can't expect everybody to have good pronunciation, can we?
Perception is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay, now let me tell you about some events going on that are coming up. And any events that you might want to throw in, please let me know. But no rush. That's okay. Oh, and of course, anybody else out there, please send us any events that you'd like us to feature and highlight, at least not on the air so much if we have time, it depends, but also on our different social media sites. So please send those in to WRUULP 107.5. Now, these are some events that are going on that have been going on, but they're ending soon.
Okay.
So I wanted to mention them as "Don't Blame Me When They're Gone."
Oh, that's a song title.
It is a song title. But at Hospice Savannah, Larry Laveau, who teaches group classes, and he just came back from instructing a week-long plein air class in Montecatini Alto, Italy.
Wow.
In his current show, he is joined by students Henry and Suzanne Croce, Ron Fagan, Bobby Kraft, Rhonda Netherton, Margie Sohn, Mike Spittler, and Gail Quinn. Now, these are all on display through to the 31st at Hospice Savannah, so that's worth going to. Mm-hmm. Another one, this is one of my favorites, and you'll like this. And I can't believe I haven't seen this yet, but I will be going. At Jepson Center for the Arts, Khalil Gibran.
Khalil Gibran?
And the Feminine Divine.
Oh.
Illustrations?
It's only going on through January 2nd.
I read The Prophet, and I had a guy actually tell me that Khalil Gibran...
Wait, he's an author? I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
kidding.
thin line.
I'm kidding.
But I did have someone mention that he was in Savannah in many beginning of the 20th century or something like that.
He was actually here? This I did not know.
Khalil Gibran.
He had a good friend here in town that he left part of his illustration collection to. And it's now a part of the Telfair Academy of Art and Sciences. It's a part of their permanent collection. They put it up in rotation. It's been a few years since it's been up. I didn't get to see it when it was up the last time. I had one of his books that was a collection of his paintings, his drawings, and his writings that were absolutely phenomenal.
Beautiful.
And I'm really excited to know that it's back up because I'm not going to miss it this time.
And you know where I learned that from? I learned that from Al Salam. Shout out to Al Salam, because that's where I found out that bit of information.
Take you by the arm.
Up until
Lead me to the place that will suffice. Lead me to paradise.
Here we go.
And Al Salam.
Are you familiar? Yeah, it sounds like.
Familiar.
That is. Well, let me tell you what it is exactly, and you pretty much described it. But and I was really surprised. The exhibition concentrates on works it captures his enduring belief in the oneness of all things, often characterized in his paintings and drawings as the feminine divine. And I was amazed to hear that this was one of the largest collections ever of Khalil Gibran's work, of his drawings and such. And yes, I have got to see that too. That's one of those books that I give away to like my nieces and nephews when they graduated.
It's life-changing. It's life-changing.
And I don't know how many copies I've gone through because I keep giving them away. And if people aren't familiar, right away, here, take this. And of course, also at the Jepson, the Rodin is an ongoing as well, but that's still going on.
Okay.
At Gallery Espresso,
Yay.
the Imaginative Landscape, through December 31st, 25 landscape paintings by local artist Vanessa Withen.
Nice.
Inspired by the beauty of Savannah and the surrounding coastal area. And they are very nice. Very, very nice. Up until another event, until the 7th, January 7th, at the Ships of the Sea Museum, Lost at Sea, the Liminal Essence of Immigration.
Ooh.
This museum's first international exhibition in various medium, featuring the works of artists from Scotland, England, Ethiopia, and Savannah, none of whom were born in the United States.
Wow.
Conceived by the late Bertha Husband, it investigates the psychology and logistics of transoceanic relocation and acculturation, featuring original work by Bertha Husband, Simon Ford, Colin Lloyd, Milutin Pavlovich, and Kebedik Teklib. That's how
Highfalutin Pavlich?
my Luton.
Famous renegade
My
artist?
me Luton, I think, is the right way to say that. Trying to get it right.
My ears hear strange things.
That's because you're with us.
Yeah. I hear this strange sound.
This is
a little bit.
That's because you're here with us here on WRUULP.
That was smooth.
Nice,
That was
huh?
smooth. Very smooth.
Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 community radio with a global soul, Savannah sound. Okay, some more events coming up here. Cultural Arts Gallery. Metaphorically speaking,
Ooh.
this is only up till December 28th. So you've just got a little bit of time. Artist Claire Buckner improvises with ideas inspired by found objects and popular phrases.
Ooh.
I can just see through your
Ooh.
skull right now all the gears turning just
Oh,
by
they
that
are
one
spinning.
phrase.
They are spinning.
Incorporating mixed media with ceramics and photography gives her the freedom to play with words and materials. In connection to muddy metaphors and found objects, sculpture artist Eric Clark's body of work is also an exploration of material and metaphors. His works are a composite of familiar everyday items that are hand-sculpted to be aesthetically pleasing and have an autobiographical narrative.
Muddy metaphors. I love that.
I want to talk about, Claire Buckner, if you're listening, I want to talk to you about ceramics. So please get in touch with me. Somebody said that I read somewhere that she was Savannah's Potter.
Ooh.
Unofficially, but still. Nice. Also, if you ever go to Savannah City Hall, I mean, they have some things going on. Up until I know it's not what you would expect. And yet, this is how culturally infused we are. It's everywhere if you look. And I have found some neat ones. Up until the 31st of December, there's a show called Native Blooms, and that's local artist and City of Savannah employee Carol Lassell Miller presenting an exhibition of her original paintings
Wow.
in acrylics to capture the beautiful and varied bouquet of individuals that make Savannah so remarkable.
Wow.
And they are pretty cool. I've seen a couple
Artist
of them.
in City Hall. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
Artist in city politics.
I like that. That's we're
Yep.
all about it.
Yep.
It all ties together.
Yep.
Also still going on until January 11th is Axel Kiefer's Paintings in Collage in the Black Light White Noise. This is at In Vino Veritas, line between the fantastic and the macabre. This exhibition presented by Sulphur Art Services, a project of Sulphur Studios, pairing local artists and local businesses, and that's open to the public.
Nice.
What's that
Now-
called again? Black light?
Black Light White Noise.
Nice.
It's four separate words. It's not black light and not white noise. So just correcting Lewis there.
Light, white.
Who is coming in, by the way, on the next show at Savannah. What is it called? Magic Bus.
That old Savannah Magic.
That old Savannah
That old
Magic.
Savannah
That is
Magic.
be coming up next.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, coming up to just a few other events that are coming up on Thursday, December 21st, Tiffany Taylor Gallery Holiday Party, 6 p.m. Eat, drink, and be merry at there. And I seem to have lost all my notes all at once. That's great.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, we're okay.
Through the pages. They make for good sounds on the radio.
It does, actually.
It does?
It does.
Can we do this?
In fact, if I can make a recommendation.
Oh, please. Yes, please.
Fiona Apple, the last album Fiona Apple did, which is that long title, The Idol Screw, blah, 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 blah. She's got some songs on there that include things that I think is Velcro being applied and reapplied. She layers her voice in the song Hot Knife. She does a round and layers her voice. Yeah, she's got some very experimental sounds. I'm blowing your mind again. Fiona
Yeah,
Apple, her latest album, or the most recent album, The Idol Screw, is something. It's a good listen to. It's very intriguing.
Well, with
listen
the
to.
technology available now,
Yeah, they got
you
it.
can do anything with all the sounds and loop them up, and
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
person can be an orchestra.
Indeed.
It's amazing times that we live in. I love it.
Indeed.
Well, look, we're coming up just a couple of minutes away
Oh, wow.
now before the end. So I'll tell you what, guys, I really appreciate, let me just say, I really appreciate being here. I appreciate the Universal Unitarian Church for helping us put the station on and for helping us do this show. And, of course, my esteemed guest, Liz Rainey.
This
who
was
came
fun.
in.
This
And
was fun.
Let me read you a little poem before we take
Yay.
off. And this is by Matt Dukes Jordan. And I just found this the other day, and I just thought it summed up so much. And do we have time? We have 1.5 minutes? Okay.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay. This is normal sacred. I don't want to be part of the normal world.
Right on.
Yeah, she's there. She's with me right away. In the normal world, someone is always talking at you, selling you a self-basting turkey or a 24-hour news channel or Marlon Brando's secrets. The normal world means surveys and test samples taken or provided in supermarkets and places you forget while you're still there. In the normal world, there's always a war against magic mushrooms and ecstasy, which go together, free speech and open minds, which go together, animal rights and human rights, which go together. The normal world means comic cleanser, shopping in a store called Wig City, adoring old presidents and not knowing much except what's on TV today, this minute. I want to be part of the sacred world. The sacred world means dreams and synchronicity every day, getting calls from someone when you've just been thinking of them. The sacred world means heading out to one place and suddenly changing your plans, going to the beach, meeting a lover who drives you nuts, makes you cry, laugh, die, and be reborn, to an entirely new sense of yourself. The sacred world means taking a walk at night just to see the shooting stars, trailing clouds of glory in heaven, which is our home. It means lighting up a Christmas tree without any electricity, talking to your cat without words, making a perfect souffle the size of Manhattan without eggs, only ideas, and seeing it rise. How do we get to the sacred world? Take a breath right now or anytime, paying attention as you do so. Take everything a little more slowly. Do simple things with great care, like cutting some garlic, drinking some water. Always let the phone ring twice or 3 times. Lie on your back on the floor or outdoors and feel the world beneath you. Hold your lover in oceanic bliss. How do we get to the sacred world? It's here right now, in a breath, in a smile, in laughter, in a small, kind gesture. It's always here, right now. Here, now. Those are finger snaps. There's nothing wrong with the broadcast. And that concludes today's edition of Art on the Air, guys. It's been a lot of fun, and we're turning the mic over to Louis and the old Savannah Magic. Take care. Have a good one. Love y'all. Bye.